Etra-chan saw it. My name is Karin. I'm a nurse. My work is irregular and I often work until late at night. Because of this, there are quite a few people who quit this job halfway. That girl looked like she was struggling with the job. I understand her feelings. Even I have thought about quitting many times. But each time, I remember the promise I made with that girl. And that's how I can still continue being a nurse today. Excuse me. Several years ago. You too?
Yeah, unfortunately. I didn't study for the test at all.
In nursing school, not only are the practical courses demanding, but the classroom lectures are also intense. The daily routine of nursing practice starts around 7 a.m. with training under supervision of an instructor. The practicum itself usually ends by evening, but we need to write reports for the day. It was common to come home exhausted and then work on reports until late at night. With such a hard schedule, I didn't have the energy to study for the lectures.
I never thought becoming a nurse would be this difficult. I was just aiming for a harem.
What a pathetic motivation. Well, I only pursued this because of the good salary.
Why are you holding your head like that? Is something wrong? Oh, Hiragi-san.
His name is Hideki. He's a class representative. Apparently, he used to be a working professional, but quit his job and enrolled in nursing school to become a nurse. Although we're classmates, he has the charm of an older adult, and many female students are attracted to him. Good morning. Oh, good morning. She is Yuzuriya. She was beautiful, academically excellent, and flawless. At that time, I was somewhat jealous of her, who was even more brilliant than me, who had fairly good grades, so I initially felt a bit uncomfortable around her. However, an incident happened that would become the catalyst for her to develop a deep connection with me.
Alright, we're going to have a short quiz, so put away your textbooks. Whatever will be, will be.
I'm not confident this time either. I won't be able to get a perfect score. Professor Katsura is an enthusiastic teacher who gives a 10-minute quiz at the beginning of each class. He announces the number of students who got perfect scores after each test, but this time...
Unfortunately, only 2 people got perfect scores on the quiz. To be honest, I'm disappointed. The practicum schedule is tough. I expect everyone to get perfect scores on the next quiz. Now let's begin the lesson.
I missed 2 questions.
But I think this one was harder than usual, so it can't be helped.
While saying this, Hideki... See? You got a perfect score!
Unlike everyone else, I'm not young anymore. I have to do well at least on tests.
Adults are different after all. And then the other perfect score is... It's probably the usual 2 top students. What? To an outsider, it might seem like just a mistake on a small quiz. However, this was the first time Yuzuriya had gotten anything less than a perfect score. I wonder what happened. And who's the other person with a perfect score?
Everyone should review the questions they got wrong and study, so you don't make the same mistakes next time. Understood?
Yes! What? Why you? Don't tell me you cheated!
Don't be stupid. Even I wouldn't do something like that. All my random guesses just happened to be right. This is the first in my entire life.
Oh, so it was just luck. This one was a bit difficult, wasn't it?
Well, I guess it can't be helped if you couldn't get a perfect score.
You all. How optimistic. Yuzuriya? Suddenly, Yuzuriya raised her voice and stood up, since everyone was reflecting on their test results at that time. Naturally, everyone's attention turned to Yuzuriya. How can you be so carefree when your test results are poor? It's unthinkable to nurse patients with anything less than perfect knowledge. That's true, but...
That's right. Only perfect scores are correct. Sorry.
This is embarrassing. If I do this, my mother will worry. What's wrong? This isn't like the usual Yuzuriya. Seeing Yuzuriya, who is usually gentle, being unusually rough, everyone around lowered their voices. Among those voices, she's not perfect either. Who does she think she is? There were some critical voices, but at that time, I myself had some discomfort with Yuzuriya, so I pretended not to hear. Looking back now, Yuzuriya, at that time, was probably near her breaking point.
It looks like everyone reflected on the previous results and studied again. This time, more than half of you got perfect scores.
Thank goodness, I got a perfect score! It was quite close, though.
No way!
You should study more. Huh? Yuzuriha made a mistake again?
Yuzuriha-san, are you okay? You don't look well.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Oh, it seems Yuzuriha made another mistake. After talking so big, how embarrassing. Is she trying to appeal vulnerable to get attention from men? Ugh, no way.
Wow, they're saying it loud enough for her to hear.
Stop it already!
Yuzuriha?
I'm different from all of you.
Whether it was due to her poor test score, she reached her limit with the nasty whispers. Yuzuriha suddenly stood up and shouted, capturing the attention of all the students in the classroom.
What's with her? Does she think she's special or something? She's lashing out. Scary.
It was just a small test. However, from this moment on, Yuzuriha gradually became isolated from the class. I didn't approve of Yuzuriha's outburst and attitude either, so I didn't offer any help and continued to be just a bystander for a while. I'm tired today, too. I have to go home and write the report. Huh? That was after school when I was on my way home from my part-time job and happened to see Yuzuriha. At that time, I didn't particularly pay attention to it, but at some point, I started hearing rumors.
I heard Yuzuriha's dating older men for money.
She's been spotted walking with older men in the entertainment district several times. And apparently, she disappears into the night district with a different older man each time. It was enough to start rumors.
Iragi-san, why are you even paying attention to Yuzuriha-san? What? Why? She's unpleasant, isn't she? I'm sure she looks down on me. No, I don't think that's the case. Well, she is a bit difficult to approach.
Difficult? Well, I guess she does seem a bit strong-minded.
Is Yuzuriha-san here?
Yes.
I'd like to talk a bit.
What? Did she make moves on the teacher too?
She gets it done.
No, I don't think so. Even though I said that, I looked at her with suspicious eyes, thinking maybe the rumors were true after all. However, that thought would later be proven wrong, making me feel ashamed of myself.
Today's the start of our practicum, right?
Ugh, I'm so nervous.
Uh,
The basic practicum at an actual medical facility began. We don't immediately interact with patients. We first go around the site with a nursing instructor and observe. Next, we practice basic skills like daily life assistance and environment maintenance as a demonstration. Only then do we finally take care of a single patient continuously. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Wow, she's completely opened the patient's heart. She's so skilled. It's hard to believe she's just a practicum student. And her communication skills too, as expected of a top student, even if a bit tarnished. That wasn't the case.
Oh, you were here.
Hello. Is she a patient from another ward?
Hey! Ah! Akamatsu, communication starts with a proper greeting. Yeah.
Looking at you this way, you're completely transformed, Yuzuriha.
Hey, you shouldn't be walking around, Mom.
Mom? Oh, you haven't told them yet?
Well, yeah. Yuzuriha's mother? This is a ward for inpatients. Even as a nursing student with little experience in the medical field, I could tell. Her thin, wasted body suggested a serious illness. Let's go back to the room.
My daughter is in your care. She's a bit difficult, but she's a good child at heart. She tends to try too hard, so I hope someone can help her.
Stop saying unnecessary things, come on. I didn't know Yuzuriha's mother was hospitalized.
Yeah, I just found out recently too.
What?
Oh, the teacher knew about it, but at Yuzuriha-san's request, he didn't mention it in front of the class. She didn't want sympathy. Everyone has their own struggles, she said.
Oh, so that's what she was called out for. When Yuzuriha continued to struggle with her test, she approached Hideki. Hideki, please teach me how to study. Hideki wondered why Yuzuriha, who had been a top student, would ask this and asked,
Did something happen? If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to, but...
Actually... It turned out that Yuzuriha's mother, Azumi, had been ill in the past and still requires regular hospitalization. To cover the hospital fees and her school tuition, Yuzuriha had no choice but to work part-time. She started working at a hostess club, but unfamiliar with alcohol and working until late at night, she couldn't study effectively. So, when they say she was walking with older men, it was what they called dohan, escorting customers.
I feel bad, but she looks down on us. Remember when she shouted, "I'm different from all of you"?
Maybe she meant her resolve was different.
Resolve?
while you are pursuing nursing with pathetic goals like creating a harmon or whatever.
Pathetic?
Yuzuri had made up her mind and was aiming to become a nurse for her mother's sake.
Yeah, even before thinking about her future job, she was probably aiming to become a nurse because she wanted to support her mother.
If I were in Yuzuri's position, I might also think, why is it just me when everyone else is enjoying their student life? No, it's disrespectful to compare her with me, who's doing it just for the money. She's been carrying such a heavy burden all by herself until now.
If only she'd say so.
Her mother said it too, didn't she? She's a bit difficult. I suddenly felt ashamed of my attitude until now. While aiming for a job that supports others, I had pushed away someone who was trying her hardest, fighting alone close to me instead of supporting her. It was Yuzuriya who made me realize this, and it was also Yuzuriya who made me genuinely want to be someone's support. Good morning, excuse me. Azumi, Yuzuriya. After that, we successfully graduated and became nurses.
Thank you always, Karin.
Why so formal?
My, you two are really close, aren't you?
After that, I confessed to Yuzuriya about my misunderstandings.
What are you trying to achieve by telling me this?
Let's be friends!
Huh?
We'll clear up the misunderstandings about Yuzuriya. Let's work hard together from now on.
I don't particularly need friends, though.
But Yuzuriha-san, you came to me for advice, right? Having many friends is reassuring, both in school and as a nurse.
That's right. And if there's anything we can do to help with your mother, we'll help. Also, I'm embarrassed to say this, but my motivation for becoming a nurse was money. After learning Yuzuriya's reason for wanting to become a nurse, I felt like I had to try harder. I'll help when Yuzuriya's in trouble, and when I'm in trouble, help me too!
What is that? That's a request I've gotten for the first time.
Even though I said that, I'm the one being helped.
I've compiled the documents.
Thanks.
What's wrong?
Nothing. You're done with work too, right? Leave the rest to me.
That's right, Yuzuriya. Leave it to Karin.
Mom, you're so partial to Karin.
Well,
That's because of this and that.
Hey, are you two talking about me and having fun? Karin.
hmm?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Even now, I sometimes think about quitting. The reason I can still continue being a nurse is because of my promise with Yuzuriya, and because it feels good to be thanked by someone.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。確かにどんなことでも当てはまると思いますが、自分は真剣に取り組んでいるのに周りの人との温度差が激しいとイライラしてしまうものかもしれませんね。まして看護師という人の命にも関わる仕事であればなおさらですよね。目指す理由は様々かもしれませんが、人との関わりがある仕事だからこそ人を支える気持ちだけは忘れないでいてほしいものですね。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでもいい話だなと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。